Sorry. I think there's a network problem. Sorry. I saw some comments that they said they could not hear me again, so it seems it was a network problem. I really don't know what happened, but can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, so sorry, we have to like disconnect, and some other people have to start joining back again. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I don't really know. I didn't touch it, so it was a network issue. I doubt if it's a followership from the village. I don't think it's a followership from the village. I think it's just a network problem. I think it's just a network problem. It's not a followership from the village. It's okay. It's okay. So sorry about the network issue. I don't know if it's possible to still put the videos together later on, into one video, maybe. I don't know, because it will.
Yeah, I think that would be fine, sir.
Sorry about that. Sorry. So when you think I can continue, please let me know, because I think the people are still joining back. So I would start when maybe they are not all back. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So, when you're ready, just let me know so that I can continue.
All right. Sir. Can we hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, I think we can continue, sir.
Okay, all right. So just to recap, the first thing I've mentioned about the perspective of financial intelligence I wanted to share is that money should be a flow. It should never be a dump, which means you need to embrace selling. Because if you embrace selling, find something to sell on a daily basis and think about it like, if I do not sell in a day, not a good day. Okay, if you think about it that way, then every day you're looking for something, you're looking to engage people and try to make a sale, try to help them really, but in the spirit of commerce. You're trying to help people, but in the spirit of exchange.
Yes,
so, that's really what selling is, right? So you engage people in that spirit, and sometimes you are helping them, your help is so good, they are the ones telling you, shut up and take my money. So that's really what selling is. So it's a good day when you're able to close any deal. It doesn't matter even if it's just one deal. And it's good to do it within the first half of the day, between 8 and 12. Anyway, so that's the first perspective. Money should be a flow. It should never be a dump. Because of that, you need to embrace selling. You need to earn every day. The second perspective is system building. You need to ensure that whatever it is you're doing on a daily basis converts into something that can serve or solve a problem continuously. So the things you spend your day doing will be something like learning a skill. So that's very, very important. Most people don't have a product of their own, and the first product they will be able to ever sell in their own name is your skill, because it's not easy to come up with a product. Otherwise, you have to sell other people's product for the rest of your life. So keep building a skill on a daily basis. Okay, that skill is going to a professional skill, please, a digital skill, preferably selling skill, digital skill, something you can sell to the world, like on the internet, because the internet, the world is there, right? So those are the kind of skills you develop, So that's why I do deals with somebody in South Africa, in Cote d'Ivoire, in US, in Dubai. I've not met them before.
Wow.
In Canada, and it's because of my skill. So you need to be building a skill. You can't be selling to the world in one day. So every day, for maybe when you want to sell is 2023. So for the rest of the year, every day you're learning a skill, right? You're building it. You're getting better. That's a system. That's the second perspective. Long-term perspective. What's going to make you money is not going to be sudden. Okay, it's not going to be sudden, and this is something most people do not get. It's not going to be sudden. Some people call me all the time. What can I do? What can I do to make money? And I'm telling them, and these people ask me this question, so I'm going to share it here. They said, I have this certain amount of money, 100K, for example. What can I do to maybe invest or make more? And I tell them, well, whatever you did to get the 100,000 in the first place, that's what you should go and do again. So you did something and you made 100K. Why are you asking me now what you should do different? Don't do anything different. Do that thing. So the person says, oh no, it was a dash. Okay, so if it's a dash, then what you need to what you need to think about investing in is yourself, your own education, your own financial intelligence, so that no one will need to tell you what to do with the funds. Your brain will tell you what you need to do.
What to do.
Okay? That's why you need to develop your own skill. So use the money to develop your own skill, for example, so that time you will know what to do with the money. Because if you dare tell me you want to come and invest it in something that you don't have control over, I'm promising you right now ahead that you will lose that money. Because it baffles me. It baffles me that someone will do the hard work of making a certain amount of money. You did the work and you made this amount of money, and now you want to turn it over to somebody else. I just don't get it. You can turn it over as if you're, and this is going to lead me to my third point. If you understand investing, yes, you know how to turn money over to a good system that can generate for you. That's what investment is. That's the third perspective I want to share. So, but the second perspective, you need to build a skill. You need to build a system into what you're doing. You need to say, if I retire from my job today, what am I going to retire to? Okay, what system am I built to that I can retire to? You know, for those who are jobbers, you know, and even right now that you're still jobbing, you need to start building that system. You need to work harder than the average person who is doing the job with you in your office. You need to work at night. You need to, you know, especially if you're young, you need 10 years of hard work, of crazy, just doing some crazy stuff. You know, I call it a decade of error. About 10 years of just doing the jama, you know, until you find yourself, so that you find your own unique belt. Anyway, that's by the way. Now, the third perspective, because I don't want it to take too much time, is investing. Okay, I've spoken about selling, spoken about building systems to make sure that every day you're fascinating to something that can build money for you in the future. All right, and the final thing is investing. And I tell people that anytime I speak about investing, about 90% of people who are listening to me are not ready for it, because first of all, they don't have the money. Okay, so this is just like, okay, let's assume you have the money, so let's continue talking. Okay, so because the best investments are expensive, they are usually like in the millions, but it doesn't mean you can't find investments that are less than $1 million. But okay, let's just say, for the benefit of discussion, you have the money. What then is investment? The way people use investments around now, okay, the perspective I want to give you today is you need to stop using investment like that. I want to give you like a correct perspective of using the word investing so you don't deceive yourself, okay? I have a couple of investments and they generate passive income for me, so I'm not speaking from theory, okay? I'm speaking from my experience. So the first thing is that investment is a combination or a mixture of assets, liability, and law. Okay, those three things. Investment is a combination of asset, liability, and law. I will explain. Investment simply means you buy an asset. And what's an asset? An asset is something that you buy, and after buying it, it starts bringing you money, like that. You understand? That because you own it, it brings you money. And why is it bringing you money? Because it's someone else's liability. Somebody else is paying for it. Okay, that's why it's bringing you the money. And law is the legal document, the agreement that tells this person that this person must be paying you, the owner of the assets. Period. That's what an investment is. I'll give you a simple example. When you get into an apartment in a building, the landlord tells you that you need to sign an agreement. Abi, that's why they say you pay rent and then you pay agreement. Abi, that agreement is a legal document, right? And that legal document, you know, it states clearly the contract between you and the landlord. So that house is the landlord's asset. That same house is your own liability. And that agreement is the law stating that you, as a tenant, as long as you are living in that apartment, must pay that landlord a certain amount for as long as you live there. So that house is the landlord's investment. That's what an investment is. It's a combination of assets, liability, and law. So if you want to get into investment, you need to ask yourself, okay, this thing, is it an asset That is it something that can bring me money continuously? Good. Second, who is going to be paying that money? Whose liability is this going to be? Okay. And third, what do I have the law, the legal documents, or the necessary systems that will ensure that this guy must continue to pay this thing? If those things are in place, yes, I have an investment. If those things are not in place, I don't have an investment. I have a promise. Somebody just trying to dupe me. Somebody's telling me he's going to do something and he's not going to do it. Okay? So because it means I can legally take action if that person does not pay me. A landlord can easily evict a tenant if the tenant doesn't pay, right? He has a legal right to do so, right? Or you can even take him to court, or you can even force him to pay an amount because he signs the document. So that's what investment is. It's just a perspective. So people, when you ask the average person today that, do you have investments? They'll say, yeah, they do. Tell them to produce the legal documents for the investments. They can't. And that's why they don't really have investments. So don't just go about saying, my name is Sabinus the investor. I'm just doing this. So you don't investor this thing, you know. So you can't just be walking around like Sabinus saying I'm an investor.
Yes,
You know, you must understand what investment is. And that's the ultimate place all of us want to go to. We want to ensure that we have investments that can take care of us even when we're not working. I tell people, if I do not work at all throughout the year, some money will drop in my account that belongs to me legally because of the investments I've made in the past. Okay, so but you know, this was a dream many years ago. This was a dream the first time I started learning about financial intelligence. That, okay, can I have investments that can keep bringing me money? I told you about PCN last year, right? Though, you know, the window is closed now, but there are still many other, you know, investments like that we did and you can do as well. There are many stocks and certain stuff like that. You can get share in their company, or you can get a land, somebody else. But just make sure there's an agreement, you have control, you know. So it's just now that we at My Fund are also now, you know, creating our own investments. We're currently doing a national hostel project. We're building hostels so that people can also come around, buy a slice of our hostel, and you know, give them a document and say, okay, yeah, we'll keep paying you as long as you you know, you're going to, you know, sign if you have the money anyway. So you pay, you buy the place, and we share the rent with you. We pay you rent. It's like, so we're trying to turn people into landlords, and they can manage from their phones. That's what My Fund is about, right? So that's because we're trying to kind of redefine investment education. We want people to really understand what investment is. So I tell people, if you invest with PiggyVest, if you invest with Cowrywise, if you invest with My Fund, and the only thing you just do is just, you know, like phone, just type it into the phone, you know, do you have an investment? And some people say, yes, I have an investment. Say, you're joking. You don't have any legal document that backs you up, that defends you. You're joking. You know, it's until when you have something written legally in your name, that's when you can say, I have an investment, right? Because even when Yawa gases, okay, I can make claims to that place. If Yawa gases today with the people that are saying that they have investments with one coin, something, you know, different names, one Kinikon coin, Kinikon cash, Kinikon, say you have investment, I just laugh. Because if Yawa gases, you have nothing, you have nothing, no paper, no document, no legal, whatever that backs you that says you have anything, you know. But just hanging on. Now, I'm not saying some of those things do not yield money for some people. They do, but that's not what investment is. You're not building anything. That goes back to what the second thing I said earlier. It's not a system. It's not something that will speak for you in the future, because you can't really say you build something for yourself. So to recap, the first thing is money is a flow. You need to continuously sell to maintain that flow. Otherwise, you only keep, just keep spending money every day, and there's no, you're basically going to be hustling every day. Okay, number two is you need to build a system. You need to build something for yourself, something in your name. That involves skills. If you're writing a book, that includes book in your name. If you're building a business, that includes business in your name. If so things like that you have, systems for many years from now to still speak for you. Even if you're a jobber, start building something that you can call your own. Very important. Start building something you can call your own. Number three is investment. The true meaning of investing is that you have assets, and there's someone whose assets, because your asset is someone else's liability, and there's a law, there's a legal document that tells you that that's an investment. If you don't have those legal documents, I have legal documents here. As I make each investment, there's a legal document. There are some that are temporary investments. The documents have expired. There are some in which the documents are still 10 years ahead. There are some in which documents are forever, like land, for example. You buy it, you own it, right? There are some that, they're like that, long-term, short-term, middle-term, just like we know. So yeah, I have documents for them. So, and before I started having documents for them, I've also failed because I thought investment does not require education, it's just money. If I have money, just put it into start. You are joking. You need education, you need training, you need to know how to analyze investments, know whether it's risky or it's not. You need all of those things. What's the cash on cash returns, what's the return on investment, what is the location like, all those basic stuff requires education, requires training. Like Robert Kiyosaki will say, there are 3 E's of investing. 3 E's. The first one is education. Okay, you need to get education first. The second one is experience. You need to put your leg inside the thing and get inside and play in it and just experience it. Then when you have done that, you will get the 3rd E, which is the excessive cash. So education, experience, and excessive cash, those are the 3 E's of investing. So people never touch education at all. They never learn anything. So, and they in fact, they have it backwards. They think it's going to be about the money, and it doesn't really happen. So those are the 3 perspectives that I want to share. Financial intelligence is not exhaustive, but I just want to share that perspective so that on a daily basis you can carry it along, so and it can help you on a day-to-day basis, but the results are something you see later on, So in my book that is coming out, I spoke a lot about what you should be doing in your day to convert what you're doing into something that's the system in the future. So one of it I've shared it, which is learning a skill. That's something you should be doing with your day. What have you practiced a skill today? By the way, I practice 2 skills every day at French, learning French, so I can speak, French now to a good extent. I can say whatever I want, in French, Je peux dire quelque chose, je veux en français. I can say anything that I want in French, so, and I learn every day, so, and I'm also, I do design, so I do UI UX now as well. So it's also some skill there, but this is my learning session. So maybe 2013, I'll be speaking internationally in France, who knows? You understand? Or maybe I'll be making money from it, so, but that's those are the things you spend your day on. Those are system building, so those systems are just the best ways to solve a problem permanently. So, so those are just the 3 perspectives that I want to share with you. So I hope in one way or the other they help you. Some people may look at my life and say maybe it's boring, I'm too serious, or things like that. I get that a lot anyway. So, but for the sake of my vision, all right, I think it's just what's necessary, and that's why I do what I do. You cannot see what I see as my future. You cannot know what I know as my future and do anything else than what I'm doing, So I cannot pretend like I do not know where I'm going and just play, not be serious the way I am. So something like, you're boring, you're not you're not this thing. I say, see, I play too, so, but I think the moment I'm playing too much, my brain starts telling me that, I just don't feel all right, because some things are wrong. And that's because of the vision, that's because of the things you see ahead. All right, so I think I've taken a lot of time, so I want to just leave it. So those are the 3 perspectives that I just want to share with us, and I hope they help you. So if you have any questions, please ask them.
All right. Thank you so much for all this. Man. My God. I remember there was one time I was speaking to you then that I was asking about investment and all that. I told me that I think for someone to save up massively, like save up hardly for you to be able to
there needs to be an aggressive
saving. I guess saving about better things. And I started to look at it like, seriously, eventually want to save, because there are so many investors out there that I say, okay, just bring your money and you get 50% and all that. At the end of the day, everybody just crashed and all that. So I've actually learned that, and I think it's what we need to a culture going to invite
Yeah.
to save up for us to have a good investment.
Yeah.
But my first question is that, when you talk about the perspective, I'm thinking in my mind that I think there is a possibility of someone being at those three levels at the same time.
Okay.
Knowing, having in mind that money should be a cash flow,
Yeah.
like it's supposed to be a flow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have to work towards that, and also being a system
Yeah.
at that same point,
Yeah.
and also the third one,
Yeah.
which is investment.
Yeah.
So I think at the level, so that it should be for people like us, very young minds like us.
Yeah.
I think for us to, it's supposed to be something, a process, not that you just have to wait for the first step,
Yeah.
the second
Yeah.
step, the
Yeah.
third
You
step.
don't have to. Yeah.
You
You
can
don't have
work
to
on
wait.
it
You can
together.
do them simultaneously. That's what I do. So you see, once you have a goal for the year, everything else you do in the year is derived from that. And it's, I said that, and something just came to my mind now. Some people are just hearing goal for the year, and they long forgotten about it since February. They had a goal for the year of 2022, and they've forgotten about it already by 2022, by February. My own goals for the year are always before me, so I'm judging myself against them all the time. So I know when I'm like my mentor, every year I share my results with him every year. That's Deoga Kemi, and he grades me. I'll tell him that, sir, this is my goal. I shared him with him at the beginning of the year. So at the end of the year, I share with him what I've done, and then I'll tell him that, sir, I think I enjoyed it here, and I think I'll score myself like 60%. And I'll be like, and he'll tell me, he'll say, well, what you're showing me, I think you scored 20%. I'll be like, sir, don't be too hard on me. So he just grades me like that against my goals. Because if you do not achieve the things you set out to achieve in the year, it's the same old year. It's not a new year, right? It's just the same old year. You did the same things you did last year, so it's not really a new year. So those goals are how we measure ourselves. They don't even have to be big goals; just have small ones. So because my goals are always before me, I'm always working on the books I want to achieve. For example, I'm working on those are systems I'm building. I'm working on increasing my income, selling on a daily basis. That's how I teach myself. So that's why I said the things I share with people most of the time, it's just the things that I do. So because I don't know how to be teaching from theory, because at the point, you also begin to sound like you don't really know what you're saying. If you're talking like
yeah, that's true. When it comes to finance.
Yeah, especially when it comes to finance. Yes. Especially when it comes to finance.
So I want to ask that for some people like us, like young men like us, how can we manage the three together? Because he was able to manage that it won't, one won't elapse the other. There's a for it. I know time is one of those things that you need to take place. But how, from your own experience,
it just boils down to time management, and I can't go into the whole bit of time management, but I can just give you like some perspective to that. Time management doesn't mean doing plenty of things. It just means doing only the things that are in alignment with your goal. So time management presupposes that there's a goal, because without that goal, there's nothing you're managing time towards. So without a goal, no one should be talking about time management at all. So the only reason why I'm managing time will be because, okay, the things I've done today contributes to my goal. So if it's not contributing to my goal, I'm not managing time. So the way to manage all of that together would be to have a to-do list, and those to-do lists should tie into your goal. So most of whatever you want to do, for me, like my own experience, try to do it before the first half of the day. If you're going to talk to someone and that conversation is important, earlier in the day is the best. If you're going to try to sell something, okay, earlier in the day is when you should start, doing something about it. So that some other things are going to happen, and you may not have finished the things you want to do before the first half of the day, but to a large extent, you might still be able to do it before the end of the day, and the day will still be fulfilling, compared to when you just start out the day without any plan. So it's just like the way in which I was telling my friend, he was talking to someone, his significant other, and the other person was like, I'm just waking up today, and I know it's going to be a good day, and I prayed. So my friend was like, okay, so but what's the plan? I'm not saying you didn't pray, but what's the plan for the day? So you can't just confess it's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day. It's only a good day if it went according to plan, or if you're able to achieve or tick off some things according to plan. Otherwise, don't call it a good day. It's the same old day. It's not a new day. It's just like, you know, what happened yesterday. So that's what makes it a good day, that you have a plan and then you go ahead, you achieve it. So I think you just learn about time management and have someone you're accountable to, you know. So one of the reasons why it's easy for me to keep people accountable is because I have someone I'm accountable to. I just told you about my mentor, right? And because I have someone I'm accountable to, I know I'm going to share my progress reports. So I need to make sure that I perform, even when he's not watching me. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but because I know I will talk to him, I don't want to be saying that when we are discussing. But even beyond that, it's for me, it's not for him. You know, it's for me.
Yes, sure.
So I have someone who's accountable to. People ask me every day, almost every day, can you be my mentor? And I tell them it goes without saying, right? Just have your goals, share them with me. All right, I'll use it to track your progress. I can ask you how far about this. I'll share my goals with you too. You can ask me how far about what I'm doing, because my mentor is going to ask me too how far about what I'm doing. So I'm going to ask you too how far about what you're doing. But you must have the goal. So don't wait for me to tell you what to do. You tell me what you want to do, and I'll be asking you about. That's basically what, you know, mentoring is about. And I'm giving you ideas and wisdom and maybe some experience that can help you, you know, with what you're doing. You may be doing something, but because of my experience, I may have a different perspective to it. And that's why a program like this is important. It gives you a perspective, all right? Because you can see from somebody else's point of view and really see things better. Because what is revelation to you has been basic knowledge to somebody for years. You know, so for the purpose of perspective, just, you know, talk to that person. So that's why I keep talking to my mentors as well, you know. So just stay in touch with mentors. That way you can have someone keeping you accountable. If you want me to keep you accountable, I was telling somebody recently, there are 3 levels. There's easy, there's medium, there's hard. If you want me to follow you up hard, okay, just tell me. I'll follow you up hard, because that's what I do. I'm always about productivity. So I can follow you. But if you want soft, I'll tell you soft. You know, if you don't talk to me, I won't talk to you. You see. But medium, we set a schedule at the end of every month. Okay, just let me know what's going on. You know. So, but soft, I won't even talk to you. But hard, I'll tell you what exactly are you doing. Even you go shock. They say, nah, mentor I want, don't be monitor. You know. So, but generally, I just share my experience with people to keep them on their toes as well. And what my mentees do mostly is that they just see some of the things that I'm doing, and they just share their own progress reports with me as well. So, because none of these things are without their challenges. You know, every day we face them. Life.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
If you are listening to that and you have any questions, please do well to drop it through the comment box. Yeah. Okay, one more question from me. You mentioned it when we were speaking, but I still wanted to talk about it.
Okay.
I know there are some certain people that at the level they are able to make certain money they're not paid for. And that brought me back to talking about the 9 stages. I think one of the things you need to learn, or one of the things that the 9 stages will help you do, is a growth system. Like you grow from one level to another. Yes. So doing that growth, you're able to learn certain things and have experience. Yes. So that same result, you can achieve it, replicate it in other things. Yes. So, but there's people that they jumped, you know, probably from stage 1 to maybe because of resources and all that. Let's say the footballers, for example, you know, they tend to make money quick and all that. But every day, you know, they go back to, you know, the stage 1, they go back to norm and all that. So what advice you?
Okay. So naturally,
what advice?
Yeah. So I get the question. So naturally, you cannot perform beyond your capacity. If you jump too fast, you will be brought back also very quickly, because life has a way of only rewarding those who have qualified. Okay. Now, that's not the case every time, because you can be a crook and be going away with it. You know, like we have many crooks in this country who get away with stuff. All right, but I don't have that conscience. I'm sorry, I don't have that heart And I'm going to assume, people don't have that kind of heart here as well. So you can succeed by crooked means, but if you have decided to be honest and you've decided to not steal, okay, life will only reward you because you've qualified. So even if you have a lot of money, okay, like you have excessive cash, and you don't have the education, all right, the chances are you're going to lose a lot of it, because a fool and his money are soon parted. That's a common quotation from my mentor. A fool and his money are soon parted. It means a fool with his money are two people going together in which they're going to soon reach a T-junction where the fool will go this way and the money will go the other way. All right. So a fool and his money are soon parted. So you need to continuously develop, get the experience, get the education, follow a mentor. I mean, I don't know how most of the things I'm doing is walking in the steps of my mentor. Sometimes I tell him all the time that if not for the things you have done, I can't be doing some of the things I'm doing. Because me, I don't know anything. I don't say that to make myself look bad, but just to give myself correct perspective to learn. So that thank God I have a mentor that I can follow. And please, when you're choosing mentors, please choose the people who have the results. I beg, because some people think the way to choose mentor is when somebody can talk. Okay, it's not about talking, it's about results. Because there are some things I promise you will never learn elsewhere. It will not be taught to you in church. It will not be taught to you at home. It will not be taught to you at work. It will not be taught to you anywhere else except because you are with someone who has results that will be sharing it almost without any formality set. You just be telling you what he's doing. Some of them is just observation. Somebody was a mentee of mine came to live with me, and he saw that we in our house we buy things bulk. We just when we go out to the market once a month or maybe once in 2 months, and then we buy things bulk. So fuel bulk, foodstuff bulk, everything bulk. So buy bulk. And so he was asking me that I said I only come outside for markets just once, so that my head is clear about this kind of thing, like how do we generate income every day, build business, So I'm not worried about what to eat. I'm not worried about what to drink. I'm not worried about whether there will be power in my house, whether there will be fuel in the gen or fuel in my car. I'm not worried about those things because those things I do them once. Okay. So these are things I've learned from my mentor, like in passing, just like lifestyle, But guess what some people do? They want to go and buy fuel, they buy 500 naira. They want to buy rice, they buy 100 naira rice. And then they will go back again to I mean, you're wasting your life because how many times do you go to the market? How many times are you going to go to the filling station? How many times are you going to go to? You get what I'm trying to say? Now, I understand some people are saying, what if you don't have the money to do all of these things? And I tell people, yes, it's okay if you don't have the money now, but in your mind, don't justify it. Okay, don't justify it.
Aside that, one of the things I noticed is that when buying in bulk, that you save money, you save more.
Yeah, you save a lot. Yeah, you save a lot. So sometimes I'm wondering, some of these bike people will come, bring their bike, say, yeah, put 200 naira fuel. And you still come back to the same filling station. I don't understand, and I understand the bike people, I know they can actually buy more than that, but they just buy little and top it up and come back to the filling station all the time. It beats me how they do that, but of course I can also say maybe because they are not exposed to information like this, so they just try to mine everything every time. So, but so my mind is clear. I'm not thinking about what to eat. I'm not thinking about what to drink. I have things in my fridge, so anytime I need to eat anything, it's there. I'm not worrying about all those little petty things. You get, I can focus the rest of the month on how do I generate income, how do I lead my team, how do I lead the business, how do I, it's the same thing for a husband. The house is filled. You and your wife can now focus on how do I grow the family, how do we go to the next level, how do we, you understand? I'm not a marriage counselor, but that's the kind of thing I see for my family. You understand? We're not worried about is he washing, is he cooking, can you wash plates for your husband? Can you shut up? Those things are petty. Let's focus on the real thing. Let's take care of those things with a system. If you see my goals, I have a system for that. How our clothes will be washed, how our food will be made. Issue again. All right. I think they're back.
Yes, you're back, sir. So sorry
Yeah,
for,
yeah.
I think it's network. Okay, so people are already asking questions, so I want us to quickly attend so we
Okay,
take day from here.
all
Okay,
right.
from Avalanche, says, sir, you mentioned skill as one of the ways of making money.
Yeah.
But please, can you give us a practical way or making the money?
Okay, of managing the money, not making it, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
yeah, the way
I think
to
we found that deals with skills stuff a lot. I think when it comes to music and all that. So it makes money from it, but how can he manage, those returns and all that?
very simple. I'll just share my experience with you. Um, you need to save, right? That's one of the first things to do that tells you
I
you're
think
making money. So, and be on autosave. You can join our platform, My Fund. Okay. Um, I'll maybe share the link with you. I don't know. Maybe we can put it in the comment section.
yeah,
So,
I will share it
yeah, you can
on the
join our
platform.
platform. We have a system that we have built over the years that helps people make money, manage money, and multiply money. Okay, we have trainings on this all the time. So you can make money on the platform. The video showing you all of this. You can manage money, which is primarily saving, right? Then another way to manage money is what I shared before, which is buy things in bulk, right? That way you don't worry about anything else in the month. That takes care of your basic needs. You have grown ahead of the basic needs in the Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Okay, so and then once you do that, you can start having enough cash to start thinking about investing. So if you're on auto save, I think you would have made a big difference in managing your money. So, but if you're thinking about making more money, skills you should develop should be digital skills you can sell to people online. Please have a domiciliary account so that you can actually earn foreign currency from people abroad. If you don't
Very
have
important.
domiciliary account, I don't think you're really yet serious about selling your skill, because most of the people that will need your skill are not in this country. So you need to get a DOM account, get in all the three major currencies: euro, dollar, and pound. All right. So and you should, because when you need to maybe buy something abroad, for example, you can buy with those funds you have inside your DOM account, not with Naira, because you can be buying things abroad with Naira, right? So you can be buying with
I
funds.
know, don't try that.
Exactly, because you see yourself in the food by buying something abroad with Naira.
Yes,
So you need to find a way to earn in foreign
I
currency.
think someone told me it's better to get money from there than for you sending money there.
Exactly. It's better for them to send it to you instead of you to send money there. You're right. But I won't really mention ideas that you can talk about, because the ideas are not really as important as the person driving it. So there are many ideas that can generate income for you, including your skills. Your skills are almost like a sure bet idea, because that's really unique to you. All right. So, but if you're thinking about maybe some ideas that you want to start getting into, I think you should start thinking about niches. Think about something that many people are not already doing. That's how you should be thinking. Like, think about selling stuff to rich people, for example. Right? Sell things that rich people will buy. Like, think of selling cars, for example. Not everybody's thinking about buying cars, but rich people are buying cars, right? So,
Yeah, yes.
and those who want to look rich are also buying cars.
Like,
Yeah, so buy cars, try to sell cars, try to sell car trackers, try to sell gadgets that the rich use, Apple products, top gadgets, stuff like that. Just find a way to buy them for cheaper. Those are things you can start thinking about. If you start doing POS business, want to start selling recharge cards, I mean, come on. I'm not saying these things are bad, but they are saturated markets. So I'm not a fan of
yeah,
getting into a saturated market because you want to change
definitely.
something. You'll get into a market that's not saturated. So and you can build it for like a year before you think about going elsewhere again. All right. So I hope
Thank you.
I digressed a bit, to making money from managing money. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. I
Yeah.
think two more questions then.
All right.
We
Yeah.
call it a day. So, someone said, I am currently reading a book titled "Rich Man And he said there seems to be so much to be educated on, to learn from. And he said, where does one start exactly? You mentioned education, the three E's: education, experience, and express, excessive cash. So I think she said that from what we discussed and the book she's reading currently, and there's so much emphasis on education.
Yeah.
So when it comes to finances.
Yeah,
Now,
very good.
where exactly?
Yeah, very good, very good. So I want to quickly warn against getting into the illusion of progress by just reading books alone. Reading books are good, okay. So, but do not think that, okay, because I'm reading this book, I'm making progress. There's an illusion of progress out there where people are reading a lot of books and they feel we are the king, So they say readers. Sorry, when you learn, you earn, right? That's what some people say. It's not true.
Yes,
If I read book now, I won't earn anything. When you sell, you earn. If I sell now, I will earn. So it is selling that makes you earn. It's not reading. Reading is good. Don't get me wrong, but you need to be doing it with a mentor. You need to be doing it with someone who is already doing it. So, for example, you want to get involved with real estate investing, for example. The best place to start can be reading books, but you need to be with someone who is actually investing in real estate and be talking with the person or following what the person is doing. Okay?
More experience in that.
Yeah, seeing the person's experience, taking the person's experience as your own education. All right? This is a better way than just reading in books, because what is in books may not apply to your environment. Okay? May not be what obtains in your own environment. I can be reading something that can work very well in Lagos. It may not even work in another part of Lagos. You understand what I'm saying?
That's true.
Not to talk of working in your own village. So, but if you have a mentor who is doing something in your own village, you can use his own experience as your own education. And you can start from there and grow it from there. So that's why it's good to have mentors, and you can learn from their lives, So, and, I'm just going to warn you not to get mentors by trying to be formal with them. Like I tell people, don't go and meet someone and say, can you be my mentor? You don't need it. Just engage that person from time to time and share your goals with the person. That's all. That's all. You don't need to create that you're higher than me, I am lower than you kind of relationship with the person, because I want to be able to joke with my mentees and just flex, let them disagree with me, let's have fun, without the sense of I'm higher than you. I see that a lot in in the religious circle, where the mentor is like a pastor, who is now kind of giving instruction. The other ones are now, I don't want that. My mentor doesn't have that relationship with me, so I don't want to have that relationship with people. If I joke with my mentor today, he's calling me boss. We are playing. You understand? He's a multi-millionaire in dollars. So me, I'm just, I'm struggling here. but he still, plays with me, jokes with me, and all that. You understand? Just simple man. So that's because my success is when my mentees are greater than me, not when they are subservient to me. So, but just, learn from mentors. Take the experience of the mentors as your own education. Is a good place to start. Get their books, for example, on it. If they've already written a book about it, get their book on and ask them questions as a follow-up, because that way you can get started as well.
All right, thank you so much, sir. And the last question before we go today, this person is saying that what would be the best way to manage financial investment, especially when you are not available to oversee them yourself, especially when it comes to short-time investment?
Oh, okay.
So,
okay. Well, the most important thing about investment is control. Yes, you need to oversee them, especially when you are starting afresh. You need to, like in Robert Kiyosaki's books, he will always say, start close to home. So if you want to get involved with real estate investment, for example, make sure that the place where the land is a place where you can access and visit and see things by yourself. So the way to gain control will be, the way to make sure you're always, monitoring it is by ensuring that you have a legal document that kind of protects your interest. So even when you're not around, you have that legal document that kind of secures it for you. I'm talking in terms of real estate investment, land and stuff like that. Because people can sell you land that they do not own, okay, and give you documents that do not point to anything. So you need to make sure that you have those legal documents. That kind of gives you a little bit of control. The second thing is you need to make sure it's close to home, that you can visit and see, for yourself. My caretaker, for example, at our hostel where we're building, is there. I have someone there, so that's also another way. I have someone there that video calls me and shows me things, so I don't have to always travel there. So you can get somebody, like my mentor also will always say, it's first property investment. You have to get somebody to be monitoring the place for him, and he has to be paying the person small, so that the thing does not slip out of his hands. So those are some ways to get control over your investment. Make sure you have documents, make sure you have it's close to you, and if you can get someone that can be in charge of it, like a sort of investment manager. If you don't have money for someone like that, of course, you have to manage it yourself. So I guess those are my experiences. So that's what I would say for now.
Yeah. For this person, I think the question she actually asked, and aside that we've answered some parts, but for example, now this person is abroad, not in Nigeria, and sends certain money for investments. Okay, so how can we manage and oversee, especially when it comes to returns, like the financial results, the statement, and how can she oversee those things?
Okay, yeah, someone like that will not be able to easily visit, yes, but you also need to ensure you have those documents at least. Now, but sometimes documents are not enough, because some people, yes, you have documents, but they'll be giving you story after some time. And then you start wondering that, okay, how do we do it? How do we, So you need to have someone you can trust that is locally around, that you can, in quote, be paying, that can do those things for you. So because, but then before the investment becomes like that, you needed to have learned how to analyze investment. Because if you paid for a bad investment in the first place, and then you're now asking how you're going to make sure that it's not going to slip out of your hand, you're wasting your time, because you already started on a bad footing. So analyze the investments, check the risks, get the investment education. There are investment tools. We have an audio where we did a training on tools that you can use to check an investment to know whether it's right or wrong. If you buzz me afterwards on WhatsApp, I can send it to some of you, so that you can just know how to analyze investment. So that way you already, safeguard yourself in many ways, and the investments usually, pull through. So most people abroad, I have friends abroad that want to invest in our hostel. So, the real reason they are investing is because of me. It's not really because they are really looking for a part. So they want to invest in who they trust, right? And I am also investing in the place. In fact, I have the highest investment in the place, to show how much I trust what we are doing. So I'm still the number one there. So if I'm calling you to be part of it, you know that if you are putting one leg in, I've already put both my legs and my hands inside. So that way, you have confidence in what you're doing. And most of our investment, the investment I did with some companies like that a few years ago, I went to meet the guy, person in charge, spoke with the guy, realized that, yeah, this guy is deep, this guy knows what he's doing. And that's why I went ahead to invest. I feel the guy, I can invest with the guy. It's not always the case, but, it's the person that you're investing in. Don't invest in things on the internet, just websites says invest, and you're now saying invest. Don't do that. Talk with people. Even if it's an app that everybody's using, there is a contact us there that you can contact the person and talk, ask the person's questions. There was one investment we wanted to make like that. I told the lady that was working with me, I said, I need to ask you some questions. You cannot answer, and that's why I'm willing to answer. I said, good, this is my office address. Can you come? and they came. They came. The two of them came to answer my question, because I said, I want to see you. It's my money. You can't. You understand? So and they came, and we have to talk. So I want to know the people I'm talking with. So don't just do something on the internet, and so know the people you're talking with, because you're going to be building a long-term relationship with those people. So you want to know whether they have the character, to see through, So that's what I would say. That's just my experience. So I really don't have any other thing to share this time.
Wow, thank you so much. Taking so much of your time.
Yeah, my pleasure.
I think
my pleasure.
this is what we call it Thank you so much
Yeah.
for coming. Thank you,
Thank you. Thank you as well.
for
Thank you
always
very much.
inviting me.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. And thank you for joining us. We quite did it from here, and I'm going to end the session. So if you have any question later on, I just
Yeah,
send
if
it
you
on
have
the
any
platform.
question later on, I don't know, maybe you can share my details with them so they can always buzz me afterwards and then we can talk and can work productively together.
All right, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you
Bye
so much
bye.
as well. Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Bye bye everyone.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you very much.